Welcome to another episode of Geekoutdoors.com. And if you haven't seen it yet, the latest trailer for the Final Fantasy VII Remake for the PlayStation 4 was just released. And you gotta go check it out. It's about 2 minutes long, but here are my quick thoughts. First and foremost, whenever they released the teaser trailer for the remake, it looked cool. They're trying to take a very realistic vibe. And in some cases that's cool, but in another case, Final Fantasy VII, it's been like, I think, a favorite for many Final Fantasy fans. Many even consider it to be the best. I myself as well. And I remember playing that on the very first PlayStation, and it just basically broke any type of thoughts that I ever had about what a video game should be, especially when it came to an RPG. We were so used to the overhead RPGs back then. But they've just now released the actual full trailer. And this time, not only does it have this, I think it's pre-rendered intro at the beginning, but it has actual gameplay, which is pretty sweet. Now, most of the story revolves around, Cloud Strife, him as a mercenary, him leaving Shinra, and then becoming a hired hand for Avalanche. And Avalanche is the main rebel group. And it mostly focuses on Cloud and his interaction with Barrett Wallace, who is the leader of Avalanche, and he has a Gatling gun stuck to his arm, and so that's what most of the story is. But in terms of what it has, it's basically the very first scene, the opening scene in Final Fantasy VII, where they're in the train station and they're fighting against these Shinra soldiers. And so it did look cool. The battle scenes did look pretty sweet. I mean, I'd have to say it did look pretty sweet, but it was still like Final Fantasy VII. So I was really afraid that they were trying to take a real realistic tone. It might take away some of the, I would say like the fantasy aspects of the original Final Fantasy, because then it had a lot of like really round characters, and it had some realistic elements to it as well. And so I always liked that. That was probably a limitation of the technology back then. But after seeing this full-blown trailer, I can't wait to see the remake. I really love Final Fantasy VII, and I think it's going to come out pretty good. And as a matter of fact, the original Final Fantasy VII was also released on a PS4 store as well. And so if you haven't checked out the trailer, be sure to check it out. It is definitely worth it. And I can't wait till it comes out. So if you had any ideas or comments, be sure to leave it down there below. And as always, if you do like these videos, be sure to subscribe. And for full written episodes, head out to Geekoutdoors.com. And I'll see you outdoors on the very next